do? It's your boy J. Lou, and you are just in time for something new. Alright, now in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is the differences between combs in regards to using them for either your 360 waves or even your beard, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's not waste any more time, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so when it comes to the different type of combs that there are on the market, people usually go out and buy plastic combs, you know what I'm saying? You can find plastic combs in stores like Sally's, Walmart, or whatever the case is. Plastic combs are all known everywhere else, you know what I'm saying? This right here is a plastic comb that I was able to cop from Brush King's website and everything like that. You can also find these bad boys in Sally, you know what I'm saying? The only reason why I bought this bad boy is because on the front of it, it simply says Torino Gang Swirl Waver, you know? So with that being said, that's the first comb. Now, the second comb that you can possibly find out, I actually found this bad boy on Amazon. I'll make sure I leave the link down below. This right here is a wooden comb, you know what I'm saying? And as you can see, it has the fine teeth as well as the wide teeth on the back portion of it right here. Now, when it comes to wooden combs, you typically have to buy them offline unless you go to certain stores that typically sell them in there. But wooden combs, if you find them in stores, they may be a lot more pricier than plastic combs. Now, the last comb that I want to make a mention of are these carbon combs, you know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to a carbon combs are very dope. I got this one off of Amazon. All of the combs that I mentioned down below, I'll make sure I put a link in the description to where you can find and buy these bad boys. But when it comes to combs, as you can see, I always get combs that typically have the fine teeth as well as the wide teeth portion of it, you know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to using them on your 360 waves or your beards or whatever the case is, I always advise people to be able to use the wide tooth portion of the comb, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, these portions of the comb right here. The main reason why is because these things are used as detanglers, and you can be able to detangle your beard, or you can detangle your waves and everything like that to be able to help you get better connections. Now, in regards to the strength of material, when it comes to the weakest material, plastic combs are very weak. As you can see, this is one of the plastic combs. When I start using the teaser portion side of this comb, the teeth start breaking off of it. And that's one reason why I start considering, I was like, you know what, I need to start looking at different combs and things like that. When it comes to wooden combs are very strong. I'm not gonna lie. Wooden combs, depending on how they're made, they can be very strong. But the downside to wooden combs is the fact that when you turn it like this, they typically are somewhat thick. So when it comes to 360s, whenever you're trying to comb your hair, they're not great for that. Wooden combs are typically made for your beard, you know, so that's one downside to the wooden combs. Even though the material is stronger on a wooden comb, the fact that the size is like that, you can't get very much versatility out of this bad boy. Now, that leads me to the last combs, the carbon combs. When it comes to the carbon combs are a lot stronger than the plastic combs. I've been using this bad boy for a very long time. One thing that you would notice, even when you're using it, the teeth feel a lot more stronger as it's gliding through your hair. Now, one thing I want to point out is whenever you get these combs, you want to make sure that they have rounded tips on the edges like this, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, they can prick your scalp and basically cause your scalp to bleed or scratch it up and things like that. But as long as it has the rounded ends for the teeth, then you won't have any issues like that. Now, when it comes to the combs that I prefer, because the fact that this bad boy is slim, just like the plastic combs, as you can see, this bad boy is actually a little bit slimmer than the plastic comb. At the same time, this bad boy is way stronger than the plastic comb. Now, depending on your own personal preference, the wooden comb may be stronger than the carbon comb, but at the end of the day, because of the thickness, the carbon comb is way thinner than the wooden comb, you know what I'm saying? So whenever it comes to being able to get the most versatility out of it, I would highly recommend that you use a carbon comb, you know what I'm saying? All right, now another thing I gotta point out in regards to the strength and advantages of each comb, when it comes to plastic combs such as these bad boys, plastic combs have a potential to be able to snag your hair because whenever, depending on the forming process that they're made with, it's not always smooth when it comes to making the comb, you know what I'm saying? Now, to put that in perspective, whenever you consider the wooden combs, as you can see, this is one solid piece, and whenever they cut it, they don't have any separations in regards to the material, you know, so this is more so a seamless design whenever they construct this bad boy. So whenever you come with this bad boy, it won't snag your hairs because of how it's made. However, when you look at the plastic comb, one thing that you may be able to see, let me see if I can get this to zoom in. As you can see with this comb right here, you see those little small pieces of how it's made. Those are the things that can snag your hair depending on whenever you're combing through it, because it's not a seamless design. And then whenever you look at the carbon comb, as you can see, the design is somewhat similar to the plastic comb. It's not as seamless and smooth as the wooden comb, but at the end of the day, because of this little gap that they have right here, basically what happens is it gives you a more of a seamless effect to it, you know what I'm saying? So now whenever it comes to being able to keep your comb combs clean. The easiest one to be able to use is this one right here, because as I pointed out earlier, it doesn't have that extra level to where stuff can get stuck in here. And if product or your dead scalp or whatever gets stuck in there, it's easy. All you gotta do is just simply rinse it out, or just simply use a napkin or whatever and just wipe it along the edge. You know what I'm saying? Whenever it comes to the wooden combs, the thing about these bad boys is, when it comes to wood, the more you introduce water into wood, it can deteriorate the wood over time, you know what I'm saying? So whenever it comes to using a wooden comb, as you can see, you probably can tell that there's like darker marks or whatever. That's from like the product deteriorating some of the wood a little bit, or even the water deteriorating the wood. So over time, they can also lead to making the material a lot brittle, and to where it can break off and things like that. And then whenever we look at the carbon combs, one thing I want to point out is, because of that extra little level in between the where the teeth connect with the base of the comb, it allows for pockets to where material can get stuck in between those little areas, you know what I'm saying? To where this comb is actually a lot more difficult to be able to clean out, you know, but I will make a video in regards to how to clean your combs the best way possible to avoid damaging them and all that stuff like that. But I just wanted to be able to make this little video just to go over these different little features and to be able to tell you, whenever it comes to the comb that I personally recommend using, hands down, is gonna be the carbon combs. The main reason why is because of the strength and the flexibility that this bad boy gives. Not only can I comb my hair all the way seamless, because of how thin it is, I can also comb my beard if I wanted to. The only downside to this bad boy is the fact that it's very long. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't put this in my pocket. So whenever I'm traveling throughout the day, I typically use my wooden comb. I put this in my pocket or whatever the case is, and I can take it with me on the go to where I can comb my beard throughout the day and everything like that if my beard starts itching. Because the main reason why is, I don't try to scratch my beard if it's itching. I try to use a comb to be able to scratch that area. And it also helps to be able to distribute products throughout the day and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So whenever it comes to combs are very essential, whether if you have 360s, whether you have a beard, whether you have long natural hair, or whatever your style is. Now, with that being said, I don't want to waste any more time. If you guys have any comments, questions in regards to combs, feel free to leave them down in the description below. If you guys want me to go into more details in regards to every single comb, make sure you leave that down in the comments below as well. But if you like this video, make sure you like it. If you learned something new and you feel like it can help somebody else, feel free to share this bad boy. But with that being said, it's your boy J Lou. I hope you guys enjoy your day as well as the rest of your week. With that being said, salute.
I was born in the H, raised in the South. Can't tell me nothing but diamonds in my mouth. From chunk up the deuce, we keep our top drop sitting sideways on haters. With our trunks pop, knocking pictures off the wall, or knocking those down, draped up and dripped out, showing us a